Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we discuss what Pro Football Focus projected yard leaders are for the Eagles in passing, receiving, and rushing. We also talk about Darius Slay not being considered a top 10 corner going into the 2022 season.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today, we got a lot to talk about. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, help your boy out and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and ding that notification bell so you know when these videos drop. Let's answer this question before we talk about today's video. In the comment section, let me know your take on how many passing yards will Jalen Hurts throw for in 2022. Let me know, because this video is going to be tied to Jalen Hurts' projection via Pro Football Focus, and they looking at Jalen Hurts like he's not going to take a step. He's going to take a leap, according to Pro Football Focus, and if he does this, the Eagles are winning games, but Miles Sanders might be off the squad. Hopefully, you put your comment down there before Pro Football Focus comes up. Not saying they're going to sway you, but it is what it is. Bang! Projected yardage leaders for the Philadelphia Eagles. Passing, they got Jalen Hurts throwing for 4,138 yards. Remember, there's 17 games, not 16, but they got Jalen Hurts throwing for over 4,000 yards and 138 on the side. So 4,138. This is why I said Miles Sanders will be in trouble. The leading rusher will be Jalen Hurts, according to Pro Football Focus, with 782. Now listen, this man is a talented runner, and he's going to run the ball. I know he's going to get at least 500. Could he get 700? Of course. But I think we're going to pass a little bit more. And the reason I believe Pro Football Focus don't got Miles Sanders up here is because in their minds, Sanders is going to carry the ball. Kenneth Gainwell is going to carry the ball. Boston Scott might carry the ball. And there might even be another running back. We talked about a bruiser like Latavius Murray or one of these guys who's 225 that can run up the middle. If that's the case, it might not be because Sanders is not good. Yards per carry and touchdowns might be fine. Playmaking might be fine. He might not get the opportunities. If Kenneth Gainwell takes a step in opportunities via the coaching staff, it's going to play into Sanders' production. I think the Eagles want to be a 1-2, maybe 3-punch team, and it's not going to benefit Sanders. But listen, you're talking about dang near 5,000 total yards if this prediction comes true. I ain't mad at it. I'm going to give you my prediction for Jalen Hurts, not in this video, but before the season. But man, Pro Football Focus, tongue twister, is loving it. Now look at the receivers. They got two, the number 1 and the number 2. They got A.J. Brown at 1,151 yards, and they got Devontae Smith at 906 yards. I think Devontae will be a little upset going 30 yards backwards. But again, Goddard's going to get targets. Quez is going to get targets. Gainwell out the backfield. Sanders out the backfield. Jalen's going to run. The running backs are going to run. And if you got one receiver, the guy you traded for, the guy you paid $100 million, who's been in the league already, over 1,000. If you got him close to 1,200 yards, and your second guy's at 906, you ain't mad at it. And again, Devontae Smith's time in the league is still, remember, this will be his second year. He was a rookie last year on a Russian team. He'll be a sophomore. So yes, he might be a little upset, but he looks like the ultimate team player. As long as we're winning. You saw in the Lions game when they had to block 45 times, legitly like 40-plus times. He said, bro, we not passing the ball. He didn't say it mad. Slay was like, Slay said something to him about catching the ball. He's like, no, we not. We just going to run all day to victory. He just wants the dub. So Devontae Smith has 1,000 yards written all over him. But again, you're in a situation now where the rushing ability's there because our O-line is maulers. And you got a legit 1K wide receiver in front of you. So at the end of the day, sometimes you got to wait your turn. And this could flip-flop. This is just PFS projection. A.J. Brown could have 906 yards, and Devontae Smith can have 1,000. But this is kind of where I see either two 1K receivers or somebody over 1K and the next guy close. And then you got a couple 400 or 500 guys here and there. But we have talented players. Dare I say, no, I'm not going to say and get people all upset. But we got talented players, and the ball's going to have to be distributed. I don't care how it's distributed. Do I want a 1K receiver? Yes, because it's been so long. But at the end of the day, you could tell me two 1K receivers, Jalen Hurts does this, and we don't make the playoffs or we only win 8 or 9 games? No. I've seen teams, cough, cough, the Cowboys, have 1K rusher, 1K receiver, 4K quarterback, and go 500. I want to win. Whatever the recipe for winning, and I think these guys on this picture want to win too. Now, let's look at this list. So ESPN poll for the cornerback position. Now, this is a poll. I don't know who all votes in the poll. Maybe it's just ESPN analysts. And it's for going into 2022. So guys like Denzel Ward, Pat Surtain, A.J. Terrell, they're playing at a high level. Are they necessarily better than Slay? Maybe not, but maybe ESPN is projecting them to get better than what they were last year, which might put them, in their eyes, ahead of Slay. But Ramsey, Lattimore, Alexander, Howard, Jackson, Ward, Surtain, Humphrey, Terrell, and Trayvon Diggs. Listen, you got to give it to him for interceptions, but if he's not picking it off, he's getting beat. This is what my guy, Thomas R. Peterson, host of Breaking Birds, said. Darius Slay in 2021, first in defensive touchdowns. That should matter, whether it's a pick or a fumble recovery. Your ability to get a touchdown on defense is a great ability. Third in coverage grade, 84.5, and only 28.8 yards allowed per game while traveling most times with the opposing wide receiver one. Thomas said for some reason he's not included in ESPN's top 10 corners going into 2022. Listen, I've been talking about projections all season, right? I can't look at this picture right here and say, oh, these are good projections, run with it, and then just forget the bad projections. This does not mean it's automatically going to happen. Just like that list don't mean it's automatically true. Slay is getting older. He's in his 9th season or going on to his 10th season. He's either going into his 9th or 10th season. Some of these young guys are going to get better than what they were last year, and maybe that's why they're doing it. But Slay is still locked down. And now when you got Slay, Maddox, and Bradbury, front 7, linebackers that are capable, it's a great wait-and-see feeling for Philly Mike and most of you guys too. With all that being said, let me know your answer to this in the comment section. I didn't say to put hashtag Eagles, so you don't got to put hashtag Eagles, but I'm going to try to get 4 or 5 of them and put them on the screen for next Eagle video. But again, Pro Football Focus is saying Jalen Hurts is going to ball out. Now, how many touchdowns, how many interceptions? That also plays in the fact that, well, you got all these yards, but you're not scoring the ball, you're throwing turnovers, and so that could be a problem. But this man accomplishes this. Sheesh. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. I go by Philly Mike. We out.